the recapitulation. Class, please off the mic. Okay, we are about to finish the three vehicle. All right. So section number one, all right, is about practice the path of the three vehicle. All right, we finish it. Then section number two, the stages of practice in the three vehicle. We all finish. Okay, so this is section number two, the stages of practice in the three vehicle. Part three, the goal of fruition of practice. Yes, we are here. So class, we just finished the first fruition. Now we go to the second fruition, Stratagami, and the rest, so that we are going to finish the whole thing. We expect maybe we are able to finish maybe today. Let's take a look. So in the previous lesson, so in previous lesson is the verse number 106. One who truly understands the true Dharma is initially called Stotapana. The three bonds are completely cut, and endless birth and death are ended. All right, there will be totally four levels. All right, okay, and then we call it as entering the true Dharma because he have attained fearlessness. Basically, the initial fruit has already cut the root of birth and death. Okay. The bond of the perception of the permanent self have been totally eradicated. All right. Then besides, the bond of the doubt is having the doubt with respect to the Buddha and the Dharma and Sangha also completely clear. Then, by understanding the true Dharma and overcoming the affliction, one ends the circle of birth and death. Okay. Then on the holy stages, the initial fruition is the most precious, as most difficult to attain. Okay, class here, I wish to remind you all that basically in our Mahayana teaching, sometimes we get the perception that it seems, the fruition looks bad. It looks bad because some Mahayana Sutra, they demean the arahantship. The reason is the arahantship, it seems very selfish. They're more emphasized on self-relief rather than helping people. Okay, well, it is correct in the context of the bodhisattva. Because bodhisattva, they vow to help many people and are willing to spend eon of the kappa of the life, in our Saha world, just to help more people. But they are able to attain, the Nibbana if they wish. Okay, if Bodhisattva are qualified to say so, are qualified to blame the Arahant why they don't care for all the living beings. But we are not. We are disqualified. So don't make a wrong. Because you have to understand that the sutra and the commentary context before you just quote their word. They are qualified to say so, but we are not qualified. From this chapter, it is good you build up that Arahant is so sublime. This is a very this is the stages which is so difficult to attain, and we should pay our most respectful to them. We should pay our most respect to them. That will be correct. And then, well, if found that you fit, so you can just make a vow, become an arahant. There's nothing wrong, okay? But just this is the perception. Yeah, sure, I know that. Do you have? It just happened to you? You thought arahant seems quite not that good, in the Mahayana environment. Anybody feel that? You don't feel that? Okay, it doesn't matter. I just tell you, it is quite common for Mahayanists to demean the Theravada. Okay, so now we go to the new verse, the new verses 107. Okay, So Sally, please read it out.
107. The second is called Satgagamin. Confusion is reduced through further practice. In order to explain the transition between the first fruit to the second, third, and fourth fruits, the cutting through confusion needs to be explained. This has some special meanings that differentiate it from cutting through confusion to attain the initial fruit. If a big tree has been uprooted, it will definitely die. However, within 3 days, 5 days, a fortnight, or a month, it may continue to sprout leaves and bloom. Only after quite some time it will completely wither and die. This should be understood as follows. The big tree continues to live because the roots absorb water and nutrients. Although the tree itself has the ability to live like karma, it must have the nourishment of water and fertilizer. Although the bark and leaves can sustain the tree's life for a short while, once the roots have been exposed, the tree will eventually die. If it is exposed to fierce sun, it will wither even more quickly. Sentient beings' liberation from birth and death is the same. The real source of birth and death is the perception of a permanent self. The Sotarapana has cut through the false self-perception and so is liberated from birth and death. Just as the big tree that has been uprooted will undoubtedly die. The remaining uncut affliction, that is, those that are cut off by practicing the way, nourish the existing karmatic force that causes one to be born in the heavens or the human realm. The residual of affliction, whether one does a little evil or practices the precept or meditation, will not become general resultant karma or guiding karma. Instead, they will become what is called specific resultant karma and completion karma. Were this not the case, birth and death will continue in the heavens and human world. But this does not happen for the residual afflictions nourished only the old karma that enable one to be born in the heavens and in the human world. In this way, because the view of false self is cut through, the confusions of practice cannot continue to nourish rebirth forever. This is like the bark and leaves that, although they can absorb nutrients, cannot maintain the long-term survival of the big tree.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, class, I would like to ask you a question that can layman become first fruit sotapan? Possible? Possible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Even though with wife, with spouses, even though with spouse, they are still able to attain the first fruit arahantship. Okay. So let's continue to see the second. Okay, Mr. Leong, finish? Okay, class, there's one analogy have been used to describe for the second, for the, the Sodaban, Stratagami, huh? Okay, class, let's say this is the tree, okay? So the tree, and this is the ground, this is the root, okay, huh? Basically, if let's say, once the root, we are able to pluck it out, okay? Once we pluck it out, meaning the tree wouldn't die immediately. Why? Even though the root is no more, meaning to say that even though the obtain of the nutrient and water is filled for the tree, but it still takes time for the tree to totally gone, right? Totally gone. Because the tree still possess, originally it still possess some nutrient and water in the tree. So even once you try to, pull it out from the ground, it won't die immediately. It really takes time. Once all the nutrient gone, consumed, and all the water have been consumed, then immediately the tree itself will starting fading and also start to, gone now. Well, this is the same way in me. For Arahant, for those who attain the first fruit Arahantship, the Sodaban, just like the tree have been pulled up. But for Sotaban, okay, they still have 7 times at least to go to the heaven or as a human. This 7 up and down is just like a tree itself. They still need times to consume up, to use up, the residue of the karma. So the word residue have been used here. In a simple way, as long as, okay, you pull out the root from the ground, I'm quite sure, quite guarantee the tree will die, but it take time. So the ground, the root is the analogy, the root symbolize the permanent self. It symbolizes the permanent self. As long as the permanent self gone, how long it takes for the tree totally, just turn to ash, turn to the ashes, it's really just take times on it. So the whole paragraph is about this. Okay. So let me check. Is there any point I missed out first? Okay. Yes. Yeah. There's one good point here. Class I said it will not become general resulting karma or guiding karma. Class. The meaning of the guiding karma meaning to say that the karma will guide you to the 6th rank, to the either one among the 6 rank. So that is the guiding karma. Guiding karma will guide you to either one of the rank. So for the Sotapan, there's no more guiding karma. Guiding karma is the most powerful and most strong karma. There's no more. Wherever karma, whatever the residue karma is the small karma only. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay. So we continue with the next paragraph. Yeah, Elena, your turn. Yes.
If those who have realized the initial fruit continue to practice, they may even realize nirvana in this life. This is like a big uprooted tree withering quickly under the hot sun. Even if they stop practicing, perhaps they are lay devotees with the burdens of family, work, and livelihood. Nevertheless, the affliction will still string and be completely eliminated. At most, they will only last 7 rounds of birth and death. Although those who have realized the initial fruit may remain confused from having been reborn, they are definitely unlike ordinary people. For them, birth and death will come to an end no matter what. The second fruit is called Sadagamin, which means coming back once again, once. When through the realization of the first fruition, through further practice, or after 6 rounds of birth and death in the world and the heavens, the affliction are further reduced in strength. The nurturing power of the remaining confusion of practice yields only 1 life in the heavens or 1 return to the human world. Because these confusions of practice have the power for only one more birth and death. This stage is called the fruition of Sadagamin.
Okay, thank you so much. Off the mic, please, class. Yeah, Mr. Leong, are you done? Yes, okay. Okay, class. Basically now it's a second version, Sadagagami. Okay, for Sadagagami, the Sadagagami meaning to say also once, returning for once only. Just one more time to come back, then they won't come back anymore. Just for once only. Well, basically now in market, there's one meditation method which is so nice, which is so good and accurate to evaluate yourself. Well, for this school, for this school in Myanmar, they are able doing the meditation by using the Patika Samuppada to check their future life. Class, let's take a look. This is the Paticca Samuppada, as you know, okay. According to the meditation skills, you have to use the power of the nimitta to check your past causes to determine which one of the mental formation caused your present life. But at the same time, you have to also check what is the becoming in your next life and how many becoming, how many next life you got. If let's say class, if you check, you still got 7 life only, meaning to say that, oh, you are the Sotapan. If let's say, if you go to check, you got only 1 life only, so meaning to say you are the Sakadagami. Looks good, right, class? So this is very, this is a very scientific, very concrete way. Okay, very scientific, concrete way. Yeah, Mr. Leong so happy until he want to fall asleep. Yeah, okay, so that is the meaning for it. Okay. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is the point here, we mentioned before. Okay. Now we go to the anagami. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Leong, just try a little bit to do the reading. See how bad your line is it.
108. The third is called anagami. The realm of desire has been left behind. There is no return. One step further is the third fruit, anagami, which in Sanskrit means not coming back or never returning. After an anagami dies, he or she leaves the realm of desire and is born in the realm of form or the formless realm, from which he or she will definitely enter nirvana, and there is no returning to be reborn in the realm of desire. This stage may come from further practice after the second fruition, resulting in the realization of the never returning fruition in this life, or from returning to the human world with only one more birth in the heavens after death. With regard to cutting off afflictions, confusion in the realms of desire is now completely eliminated. So it can no longer give rise to birth and death in this realm. In the sutras of the Buddha always says, when the 5 lower bonds are eliminated, one is called the anagami. The 5 lower bonds are self-perception, clinging to concepts, doubt, greedy desire, and anger. These 5 groups can bring about birth and death in the realm of desire, so they are called lower, relative to the 2 realms above. But perception of a permanent self, clinging to inappropriate precepts, and doubt have already been completely eliminated time of seeing the way and attaining the initial fruition. Now, advancing further, greedy desire and anger are completely overcome. That is, the confusions of practice in the realms of desire are completely eliminated. Anger is the affliction that belongs specifically to the realm of desire. Greedy desire is common to the 3 realms, but here it refers to desire in the realm of desire. When one completely eliminates greedy desire and attains the third fruition, although one may live physically in the human world, one does not become attached to the 5 desires and sexual desire. If one attains the third fruition, then one extinguishes sexual desire, so may be a lay disciple.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Siri, are you done? Okay. Well, American prefer use the word, are you done? If I use this context, it is proper. Okay, are you done? Okay, yeah. Okay, so class, oh, they're gone already. Hi, Mr. Leong, Mrs. Leong. They are really anagami, non-return. Okay, so class, according to the definition from the text, anagami means non-return, meaning to say no more comeback. The reason is why, because basically, first of all, they wouldn't come back to the realm of desire. The reason is, if in order to go back to the realm of desire, you must have the karma of the desire. But once all the desire gone and the anger gone, so there is no way for you to come back. Okay, so Bodhisattva is the exception. They are able to come back is not due to the karma, but due to the vow. So according to the Di Zhang Jing, they mentioned that Bodhisattva is the only one who can go to the hell by their vow. Most of the most of the living being, they go by their karma. Okay, so here, after eradication for all this type of, the karmic forces, they no more come back. So for this, for this anagami, there's a one very special terms. There's one special defilement is about the anger. Once the eradicate, third fruition, anagami is very special to eradicate this. But basically, there's as a conclusion, we say that the anagami eradicate the five lower bonds. They use 5 lower bonds. Well, these 5 lower bonds, meaning to say that it's the permanent of self, the doubt to the triple gem, okay, and then all right, and also the anger and the desire, all this. So once you totally get rid of it, then you no more come back. So let me check first. I still need to clarify a little bit of the terms. You see here, they are greedy, desire, anger, all this bring them back. So this is a 5 lower bond. Let me check. I think there should be 5 lower factor. This is the more common translation. Let's check it out. Five lower. Yeah, the factor are enumerated in the different ways in the Pali Canon Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma. Yeah, this is correct. The factors, okay, anger, view, doubt, attachment to the rise. Okay, so class, just now, all right, you can just do a little bit addition. Okay, so class, take a look. So this is the one. Let me do a little bit comparison now. Okay, so class, the 5 lower bond, please, the better word is the factor lah. The more common translation is the factor. All right. Next is about number 1 is the self-perception. A self-perception. Let me see. Self-perception is about the view. Yes, about the view. So class, you can write ditti. Okay, it's a self-perception. Second is the clinging to the inappropriate precept. Here is the attachment to the rights and riches. Okay, if possible, you can write the Pali, Silabata Paramasa. Okay, so this is the second one, clinging to inappropriate precept, attachment to the rights and ritual. Doubt will be the same. Okay, Vichikicha in Pali, greedy desire. Actually, I think it's more accurate is a sensual lust. Okay, Kamaraga, you can add in the Kamaraga. And the last, the anger is a Patiga. So just do a little bit additional notes for that. Mr. Leong, if the light is so weak, you can off the camera so that you can sustain here for longer. The Zoom kicked you out just now. So you just off the camera will do, Mr. Leong. Your class, can you follow this 5? You can follow, Thumb up if you're done. If you are done, thumb up, please. Yeah, I think Mr. Leong are frozen, right? Okay, yeah, class, yeah. Well, anyway, class, according to the sutra, if let's say you are still remain as a layman, okay, you still can remain the position as a layman for the Adahagami. But anyway, you just got one more lifetime with me. Okay. Okay, next we go to the last one. Yeah, Elena, you got questions?
No.
You are ready to read, right? Okay, yes. The 4th fruit, please.
The 4th fruit, Arahaship. 109, one who completes.
Sorry, Elena. Sorry. I think the text omits something. For the 3rd fruit arahantship, they will be born to the 4th jhana. Have you ever heard about that? Basically, they will be born to the 4th jhana. Okay, let me find it for you. This is very famous knowledge you should know. Okay, let me addition for this. The Chinese version got this. I don't know why they don't have. Let me check it out first. Please off the mic first. Non-written. Yeah, non-written. Yeah, they will be reborn to the pure abode class. Okay, yeah, pure. But let me show you first. Okay, pure abode is Sudawasa. Okay, verse of the pure abode. Okay, let me see first. Okay, yeah, the 5 Sudawasa words meaning to say that Akanista, all right, okay, Sudarasa, Sudasi, Sutrasa or Sudasa, Atapa or Atapa, Ahat or Aviha. So this is the 5 abode, 5 Sudawasa. So let me make you simple to copy down. We call it 5 Sudawasa words. Just specific, this is specifically for Anagami. Very specific for them. Yeah, 5 Sudawasa. Pure abode. Ceremony. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So please, class, you write 5 Sudawasa. Okay. Number 1 is the Akanishta or Akanita. Doesn't matter. You just write either one. Then you can write a little bit English. Just equal in rank. Okay. No one is. Okay, so the second one, once you finish, please let me know how. You can follow how. Okay. Yeah, finished. Second. Yeah, Sudasa. Maybe this is more simple for you. Sudasa. Yeah, Sudasa. Okay, class, I think I make a little bit mistake. All right. Sudasa is the place for the 5 kinds of Anagami. So it is enough already. So class, just now, please just write the Sudasa. That will be good already. Sudasa. Sudasa meaning to say that it's the place for 5 kinds of Anagami. They will be just stay at Sudasa. Please do a little bit correction. Sudavasa. Yeah, Mr. Leong, it's just common for you to hear about the Sudavasa for Arhan, for the Anagami. Oh, you disappeared already. Okay, so we just continue. Sally, don't over make fun. Oh, you come back again. Yeah, Mr. Leong, it's just common for you to hear about Sudavasa for Anagami once you study in Theravada. It's just common. You're on the mic.
Yes, I've heard this word before.
I heard the words before, Sudavasa. Okay, so we are about, we're about to finish. Okay. Arhan, yes, Elena, your turn.
The 4th fruit, Arahat 109. One who completely cuts off all confusion is called an Arahat. Previous karma is ended, and the new karma is not created, nor is any condition for rebirth and death provided. The sage who realizes the true karma cuts off the confusions of understanding. This person has knowledge and understanding that are absolutely correct. But the power of attachment towards circumstances is still strong. Such a person may therefore stop practicing or be reborn as a human or divine being and forget the past. But the confusions of practice will naturally shrink, just as a tree once uprooted will wither. The potential power of the noble way will certainly grow, and one will advance again. In this process of further practice, whether one is walking, standing, sitting, lying down, dressing, eating, talking, remaining silent, being slender or praised, gaining or losing, growing old, getting sick, or dealing with people and affairs, in all these circumstances, one can summon right mindfulness, be constantly attentive, and practice continually. In this way, one can gradually and completely eliminate the confusions of practice that are based on the desire and attachment. This is the case from the second fruit onwards. When all confusions is ultimately cut off, one realizes the fourth fruit, arahatship. This is accomplished either through continuous practice after one has attained the first, second, or third fruit in the present life, or being reborn in the higher realms with the rise of the noble way when one dies after being an anagami. The Sanskrit term arahat means to receive. This means that this sage truly receives offerings from humans and divine beings. It also means that one is without rebirth and a slayer of the enemy, which means that having reached this stage, one has killed all the thieves of the afflictions and will not have any more birth and death. In short, this is the highest fruition in the eradication of affliction and birth and death.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, not much facts. Sally, can you please continue, finish the other one paragraph? Okay, the philosophers. On the mic, please, Sally.
Okay. The philosophers describe these afflictions as eliminated in the two realms of form and formlessness. In the sutras, the Buddha said that the five upward moving bonds are cut one becomes an arhat. The 5 up moving bonds are greed for formlessness, restlessness, arrogance, and ignorance. The first 2 are greedy attachments to the realms of form and formlessness. The remaining 3, restlessness, arrogance, and ignorance, might also be differentiated according to these 2 realms. But since the confusions of practice arise only from defiled desires, only the first 2 are divided according to the 2 realms. These 5 bonds cause sentient beings to be born in the upper realm. Once these bonds are cut, all afflictions binding one to the 3 realms are ultimately severed. When the afflictions are completely eliminated, all previous karmas which depended on being nurtured by afflictions to bring about its fruit, or whose karmic force previously depended on taking self-perception as central, is completely ended and becomes ineffective. As well, because no new karmas is created, the bitter fruit of future rebirth and death will not be provided with any causal condition. So when this life ends, the arahant's present body, which is born and dies, will become thus the previous aggregates are extinct, and the later aggregates arise no more, and the arahant will enter nirvana without residue, where there is no further birth and or extinction. The practice of Sarvaka vehicle has this as its ultimate resultant stage.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, class for Arhan, basically is the 5 upper feather have to be eradicated. Number 1 will be the defilement to bring us to the form and also the formless. Okay, basically, I mean, we ourselves, we will look for the shelter, since we prefer for being, we prefer life. Okay, once the karma eradicated from sensual desire, okay, from the desire realm, we will look for the form and the formless. So in order to become arahant, you have to eradicate these two also. So we have no place to go, right? So form and formless. One more is the wandering mind. Okay, you will be surprised to discover that the wandering mind can only be eradicated, I mean, in the last stage. Ignorance, avidya, all right? And the last one will be the conceit, the self. So 5 of them all totally be eradicated, then you become arahant. Arahant is totally like a tree, have been uprooted, all right? So now, since no more nutrition and water have been provided, so basically, once this tree die up, no more already. So that is, we call it as an arahant. And arahant, we have a gift. We give him. We praise the arahant with the different words. For example, killing defilement, because all defilement totally been eradicated. Second, we call those who deserve to be offered. So we say, oh, so arahant. Arahant also mean that those deserve to be offered, because meaning to say that his merit is so great, and of course deserve to for being offered. So that is the meaning for the arahant. Okay, anyway, class. So after all this, do you have the? Do you have the intention to become arahant after this explanation, or do you think this is quite far away from you? Okay, well, Elena smiled embarrassingly. It seemed look quite far. Okay, class, I wish to play a video clips regards undecayable body of the monk. So the monk, they are so real, like you and I. They are maybe just in the Taiwan only. They are able to obtain to the certain stages that they can maintain the body. The body until now still here, you know. So let me show you a video clip. Maybe possible we aim for them more easy, which is more reachable compared with the arahant, which make you smile embarrassingly after the lesson.